So I recently spent a couple of unplanned spells in hospital with my son. I'm actually still back and forth now, I just started working on this video after the first stint. And while the most important thing in those situations is of course your child's health, when the dust settles and you come home, the last thing you need is to come back to complete chaos. Now, my smart home doesn't yet put all our dishes in the dishwasher or clothes in the wash and remake all our beds for us, but it does handle a bunch of things which are often easily forgotten in the panic of getting out of the house. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the things which my smart home actually did for me over the last couple of weeks. Hi, I'm James and I've been building out my smart home for years, with products from just about every manufacturer out there, figuring out what works and what doesn't. Before we begin, if you're still running Windows 10 or using older versions of Office, heads up. Microsoft has officially stopped updates for Windows 10 and older Office products. So this is the perfect time to upgrade. And today's video sponsor, Keysfan, can help you do just that, as they offer 100% genuine Windows and Office keys for a fraction of the usual prices. They're running a massive Black Friday sale right now. Windows 11 Pro is around $14 and Office 2021 Pro is about $35. They even have Office licenses for Mac OS. Buying is made super simple. Simply add the codes that you want to your cart, enter your coupon codes at checkout, and quickly pay with card or PayPal. And they provide instant digital delivery. No waiting, no hassle, and you get 24/7 online support. You can also stack extra discounts using the codes MO52 for Windows licenses and MO62 for Office. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to browse their Black Friday license offerings, and thanks again to Keysfan for sponsoring this video. So let's start off with the basics, my lighting. Every light in my home is smart controlled using a range of products from smart bulbs or switches to relays and even custom built LED strips. Check out my website for our latest controller models to build your own. And combined with a few PIR motion sensors and a whole lot more millimeter wave presence sensors, my smart home can turn the lights on when someone enters a room and, perhaps more importantly, confidently turn the lights off when it knows no one is in there. And as a failsafe, everything also turns off automatically when my wife and I are both away from home, because we currently never leave anyone at home alone. So when we both rush out the door, there is never a light left on. Plus the robot vacuum also takes this opportunity to go around and keep all the floors clean. But the potentially more important thing is climate control. Every room in my house is warmed by gas central heating, one way or another. So I have smart valves, which I actually built with basic electric valves and smart relays. Check that video out up here. And a separate climate sensor in the room where you actually want to measure the temperature, not right next to the radiator, making them completely useless. So when we're both away, again, I can confidently turn them all off, or put them into away mode that just keeps the pipes from freezing. This means we're not unnecessarily burning money warming the entire house when there's no one in it. And since I have my car connected to Home Assistant, I can check its API to see if I'm navigating home. And when I'm within an hour or so of arriving, turn on the heating if needed, so that the house is nice and toasty again when we walk through the door. And still somewhat in the climate category, I've also got dehumidifiers in every room, and they're actually dumb ones plugged into energy monitoring smart plugs. So when the humidity gets too high, they kick on and keep damp from forming. And when they turn on and don't use as much energy as expected, that's probably because they're full. So it notifies me that they need emptying. Now the last thing you think of when rushing out of the house in an emergency are deliveries. They always come at the most inconvenient times. Now, I have a smart video doorbell and it's great. The trouble occurs when the delivery comes just as you're in the middle of something, or you have barely any signal to load the feed and talk to them, and by the time you do, they're gone. So I automated this process. I made a video on this a little while back, might be up here somewhere, but essentially I added a toggle in Home Assistant which marks that the next time the doorbell rings, play a recording back of me through the doorbell asking them to leave the parcel inside the front door. Hi there, can you just pop it inside the door? It should unlock for you in a sec. And then it unlocks the front door for them. This way, when we start to see notifications that the delivery driver is approaching, we can flick the switch, which works well enough even with minimal signal, and my smart home handles the rest. And when they open the door, it flicks that switch back off so that ringing the doorbell again doesn't repeat this process. And this has been handled at least 5 times so far over the last week or so, saving us from a bunch of missed parcels. Or worse, having them recycled because they like to leave them in the bin on bin day. Now, as a quick bonus here, let's talk about the washing, because I mentioned earlier that my smart home doesn't load the washing machine for me, but it does make sure it runs at the most efficient time. When we're in hospital with our son, my wife and I always alternate nights in there with him. So whoever brings the laundry back simply needs to throw it into the machine and turn it on. and then fall into bed and catch up on some much needed sleep. And as if by magic, we wake up to a fresh set of clothes to bring back in. Because overnight, my smart home checks the half-hourly energy prices and decides a good time to start the wash-dry cycle, so it's ready for us by the morning without running when it would cost us an arm and a leg. In summary, my smart home has been an absolute lifesaver while we've been in the hospital. And I don't know, perhaps especially on this trip, as we're also currently riding out a pretty big storm, so I'm currently hoping our house doesn't also flood. But if it does, at least we know about it on the water leak sensors I've got dotted around. Anyway, if you like this video and you want to know more about how smart homes can save you hassles like this, whether you're home or away, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And if you really like this video, or you just straight up feel for us, please consider checking out the links on my website, homeswherethesmartis.uk, and support the channel in any way that you can, and we will be eternally grateful. Thank you so much again for watching, and as always, remember, home is where the smart is.